We are live.
We are live. How's the weather up there actually?
Absolutely beautiful. It's about
Really?
64, maybe
Oh wow.
62.
Yeah, it's beautiful here too, but it's 75 degrees. Like it warmed up and got a
Oh,
bit humid. I think we're probably getting some tropical air from that storm system, but it's nice. So yeah, got outside a little bit earlier, but yeah, it was real nice today. So glad to hear it, man.
hell yeah. It's been a little cool though. I've been doing a little scootering at night, little scooter gang downtown Salem.
Causing trouble.
Yeah, last night I took some long exposure shots of this alleyway that had LED strips like doing crazy patterns, and I did some
That
long
sounds cool.
exposures and
For
yeah, it was
for Halloween or something?
probably for Halloween. Yeah, I'd assume.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's always there, but they do have weird stuff all over the place at night anyway, all through the
Mm.
year. So it's
Do
cool,
you do
long
any do you,
exposure stuff.
Yeah, do you do anything for Halloween at your place?
Uh, sometimes we'll do something, but it's the later, like the last three or four Halloweens, it's pretty much just been like, close down everything, leave me
Mm.
alone. I'm gonna go out and do stuff and like be out in Halloween, like not hand out candy and be like, oh,
I
here's a
thought
little
I thought that was like the one night of the year you don't want to go into downtown Salem because it's crazy and
but
like
on scooters, it's fun, man,
oh, because there's
because
no
you
traffic to worry about and stuff.
you don't have
Yeah,
to worry about traffic. There's weird people. You can just scooter on out, just it's
yeah,
really
that sounds
nice
fun.
just being and the vicinity from like where we live in downtown, it's just we know exactly where we can go. And by the time we get back, we'll have like one bar of battery. We know the limits of the scooters, so uh it's pretty
That's
funny.
cool. Yeah,
But yeah, man, so today is episode 10 of
something
Composer Dome.
special, something different.
We
10th
have
anniversary special. Like,
yes, yes. We have a Unreal Engine render that we are going to be composing to, and we will have 20 minutes each to compose to this thing. The video itself, I could let's see here.
could preview it, I guess. Produced
Indeed.
by Aaron. It looks amazing. So well done, sir.
Thank you, sir. I tried to upload it to Pexels, but for some reason, uh, they did not want it, or it got denied,
Too
or something
big.
happened.
It's probably too big. It's like 180 megabytes, right?
But I mean, there's some videos on there that are gigs worth of for size. So I think it
Huh, I
might.
wonder.
Yeah, it's actually. I wonder if I only tried one time, so maybe there was some problem. Maybe I didn't wait long enough to hit submit or something. But uh, I can try it again. But I think it might have to do with
Is that
uh,
format or something?
yeah, like
Hmm.
maybe they don't like renders because a lot of the time when I see uh Pexel stuff or search for Pexel stuff, the majority of it is real life
Real. Yeah,
stuff.
maybe they don't like any kind of render or AI art or anything like that.
Exactly. So I will share here. Bam, bam. Okay. Fresh Logic open. So here is the video. And if Barros does join, I have the link to the
Cool.
video pinned to the chat right now,
Okay.
as Google Drive link. Quality will be low on stream, but we'll get the idea. So I'm sure, obviously, you've watched the whole thing, and
hmm
so
There's like one action kind of scene, so to speak, when he looks up, maybe, but that's the only thing I could. So I thought, well, I got to have something happen then.
exactly. That's what
And
actually it's the only thing I got. is that part right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I don't know. And to me, I've been struggling with this week as I've been, well, I didn't think about it much, but with the didn't have time, but the little bit that I have thought about it, I thought, well, I have a thing in my mind of what my go-to would be for something like this. And it's like, do I want to do that or do I want to do something totally different? You know, it's like I have this collection of instruments, like, okay, yeah, of course I'll use those and I'll use this type of sound. It's like, do I want to do that or do I want to think outside the box a little bit? So that's what I've been thinking about.
So that's the crazy thing is I think this is t one of those strange cases where you can go multiple ways. You could have it be probably almost fantastical sounding to gloomy sounding to almost heroic because, who knows? This guy could be an explorer and he just found there's so many way angles you could go, but yes,
Or like
that
East Asian, you could go full East Asian sounds and instruments as well. Like, so
that crossed my mind too, and I thought, so if I open up East Asia and I have 20 minutes only, it's not going to be a good day. I don't think
yeah,
because that's a very advanced, it's not advanced, but it's a very delicate VST to make sure everything sounds good and
yeah. And
it's
I'm not
yeah.
familiar with them. I'm not as familiar with them, honestly. So that I wouldn't reach for that toolkit right off the bat, just because I don't make much of it.
Exactly. And another thing is, so you've messed with the Middle Eastern one probably a little bit more than the East Asia.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So they're similar in the sense that they have their own keys and their own scales that are built into the VSTs. So if you're not privy to that exact Hijaz scale and you're trying to jam with it, you almost need to go into that key because it's not off of the top of your head. So that's where complete control keyboard comes in, like, so clutch because you can see the actual keys in the scale. They light up.
Wait, wait. So you're saying if you use complete control and you select one of those instruments that has a specific key, your key will be mapped automatically, or do you have to do something
Yes,
else?
it will be mapped to whatever scale that you pick, and then you could see it light up on the keyboard. But you have to make sure that your track is all in that key, or
That,
else it's going to
yeah,
sound crazy.
that's the problem. And I know you've hit that problem before
Oh yeah,
where like that was in key, but you have no idea what key the whole track is in, or like
yeah.
because the key on the keyboard doesn't match what it would be if it weren't being modified.
Precisely. And then you switch
Okay.
to another instrument and then you can hit a different key or, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, this is in key, but it's not in what? Yeah, it's
Double-edged sword for sure.
indeed, indeed. Same thing with like playbox, if you have one wrong note
Yeah.
in there, you got to really dive in and listen and click each one and go, "Oh, that's the wrong note."
Yeah, that's
Uh
happened to me before. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man. So 20 minutes. Do we want to put any type of restrictions or anything, or is this just going to be an average composer dome?
No, I think it's the same setup, just a longer time constraint. Um and yeah, that's it. I'm not
All right. We did start a little early, so 2:36 p.m. I don't know if we want to try to wait for Barros if we have another topic but
what other topics? Let's see. I had been saving up and I did do like a big music order. And I got a sustain pedal for the keyboard for
ah,
the S61, and Native Instruments has a list of the compatible uh pedals that you can use essentially. So I did get that. So I've been playing with that today and it's really cool. Like I used to have one and I forgot how useful they are because especially when you're playing piano, it makes it sound so rich because the notes ring out for such a long time and you just have this nice pedal to go. So I'm really happy with that. Um,
and so as far as the MIDI automation is concerned, does it automatically write you an automation lane for the sustain when you're
It
using it?
should, yeah. Yeah, it should. Actually, I haven't tried it within the DAW yet. I've had complete control open because you have to map it in complete control first outside of the DAW environment or it doesn't work. So I've
That
just
makes
been messing
sense.
with it there. But yeah, it should write to logic as a sustain value. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Sustain pedals are awesome. And I
Hmm.
wonder, man, you could use that on, you know, like
Strings, maybe?
strings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like some
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable. Like it's such a no-brainer, and I've waited this long to get like a good quality pedal. And I got a Yamaha, like the best one I could get, FC3A. It's really good quality, like super heavy. It's got a nice tactile feel to it. So
hell
I'm
yeah.
super excited about that. Um, I also got a rack-mounted like clean power unit, which is basically like a really fancy surge protector with a ground. So it has like grounded inputs and everything. So
Mm.
it's basically like a fancy surge protector that goes into the rack space. But it gives you clean power so that if there's any humming or something in your electrical, it'll get rid of that. And I waited way too long to get one of those.
I've had that
So
issue
that
before.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to hooking that up. That'll be here Monday. And I got a pair of small diaphragm condenser mics as well.
Ah,
I got the Neumann KS KSM 184 or something like that. They're like a standard guitar mic, but I listened to a lot of AB on YouTube, like a ton actually. And every single time I heard the Neumanns, I was like, "That's the one!" Like, and it just after that happened like three times, I was like, "All right, I'm just there isn't a contest anymore. I'm just getting." So
looking forward to hearing it, man. See
yeah,
the
man.
final test here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, should get it going Monday. Yeah, and I got some other stuff too, but not worth mentioning. But yeah, excited. Really like the pedal.
Hell yeah, man. Gonna be making some crazy music soon.
Yeah, yeah, a lot more guitar recording. So I, invested in some good ones. So yeah, we'll see. But
Per perfect time to of year to do so, moving into
deep,
winter.
exactly what I was thinking. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna do a big investment, right now is the perfect time because we're about to enter into a season where I have a little bit less, or I have a little bit more time because I don't have to work outside as much and that kind of stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's music time coming up.
That's what I'm talking about right there. I can't wait for a Composer Dome guitar appearance one of these times, man.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it quite a bit. Um, I think it'd be really cool to give it a shot sometime. Maybe on one of our
What?
romantic videos.
Yeah, one of these times, man, we're gonna be going, and I'm just gonna see you pull out the guitar. I'm just gonna be like, bastard. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's it. But
Yeah. Put it back to the normal view here.
yeah, man. I guess yeah, that's all I have. Unfortunately, like I said, crazy busy week, so I don't have any outside music to speak of. But yeah.
I could let's see if this works here. I'm gonna share one more time, and we'll see if this works at all. So this week I was working on so they released a preview version of Unity 6, the game development uh software. And I created a little world with a first person view character controller, and it is called Island. See if this works. So anybody on the planet can load this, and hopefully the audio works. I actually haven't ran this on the Mac yet. Hopefully it does work. Come on, old Bessie. Okay. So
Oh, cool. Can hear it too.
so basically it's and
Oh, looks good.
I can make this bigger here. Here we go. So uh yeah, so this is Unity 6, and obviously it's going to be very choppy on the stream trying to,
Yeah.
you know, but
Well, it's
it
almost
is.
kind of like no, disorienting.
Oh, is it? Uh, yeah, probably. So basically, uh, they got a little bit of zoom in here for the character controller. You
Oh
can
wow,
jump.
it looks cool. Like the art style is really cool.
Yeah, so uh,
That's
this
way
is
better.
this is also pre-lit, so it's the actual environment will be much more vibrant in the final version, but this like once I bake the lighting and do a bunch of other crap for shaders, but I just wanted to see if it was going to package well and run
Yeah.
well. And my the ultimate goal, right, is to be able to, you know, have an environment, an exploring game where more than two people can join anybody on the planet. You're in this world together, and right now that's all I'm trying to get to is really
Hmm.
clean environment, and loading times are really well, like no issues with you
Hmm.
know uh the server side stuff, which I've had issues in the past. But yeah, so that's what I was working on this week, and got a little demo out. And
That's really cool, man. Love it.
yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff because using Unity versus Unreal, it's just
Mm.
like, man, it's so much easier in a lot of ways, but then way more difficult in others.
Yeah,
So it's
that
it's
seems
a
pretty common,
yeah,
like
yeah.
getting some things right and also like it's got to be frustrating to flip the switch back and forth between them. Like,
I would never have used Unity. I would never have cared to use Unity if Unreal didn't get rid of HTML5 builds back in
hmm,
4.23. And so, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why? Why get rid of the ability to package
uh,
and run your game on the internet? Like,
sounds like they lost a lot of users with that mistake. So
yeah, I mean, it's still the king for standalone or cinematics or stuff like that. But
yeah, I
yeah,
mean the cinematic look no further than today. I mean they look phenomenal. So
yeah,
can't argue with
and
that.
today will be the first time, or this video is the first time that a metahuman has actually made an appearance in the video and
True.
uh, animated the face of it. Like,
Hmm.
it's crazy. The control rig for the face, because you have access to every single muscle in the human face. So you have to key point at, like, when he looks up and he looks around a little bit, like, you have to key point, look up a little bit, move the eye a little bit left, move,
They
and
should they should
it's
have like
crazy.
sensors that you can plug onto your own face so you can just do it,
S-
Like
So
they do.
they have even better, actually. They
Or a
have
camera that maps it so that yeah, just
so yeah, I have an iPhone 11, and the iPhone 12 is the first phone that allows for. This is the only reason why I might get an iPhone 15 soon, is because character animator, you could just put your phone up there and it'll map your face, and you could just talk, do a whole thing, whatever, and then just
wow.
automatically put it to MetaHuman, and it looks really, really good.
What about just
Uh,
using a webcam with the right software? I feel like you could
the
accomplish.
the webcam, I looked so hard to try to find that, because I have really good cameras, like really expensive cameras, but you're forced to use an iPhone because the lidar inside the iPhone maps the face. It's using essentially the same technology of like
Is
opening
the
your
face
phone,
recognition? Yeah, the
and
biometrics. Yeah.
the biometrics is what is capturing all that data. So like when you like that little crease, and like if I like do that, right, it will
Mhm.
actually show on the metahuman that exact crease in your eye, like
Holy
that.
crap, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That
So
that would be really cool.
I
That'll
think I'll
give you a
probably,
massive amount of expression too in the
dude,
character. Like, yeah.
you could just have a whole scene of just talking for like, imagine this, right? uh what kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone that I bought in 2016 that I still
Okay,
use, and I haven't even
same,
I haven't seen
exactly.
any reason to get rid of it because from my perspective, they just keep releasing the same product over and over and over again, and
I,
like they just all look the same, and like
that's the reason why I still have an iPhone 11 from 2020 or something. or 2019. I forget when I got it. But
I have an iPhone XR, I think is what it is. So yeah,
I had an XR,
2016
yeah.
or so is yeah when I got it, and it still runs like a top. So like
And yeah, I mean, there has been no reason to upgrade because yeah, what else do you need really? But this is probably for me at least, like even getting an iPhone 12, which is like the minimum you would need to do the character animator, it's like $400, dude. So like
yeah,
it
there's no
might I
point.
could just
Yeah,
buy a phone just to like do the Unreal stuff and just keep my old phone, you know
yeah.
what I mean? But
We could have Meta Aaron and Meta Wyatt doing this,
but but
and
but honestly, man, like
yeah,
if think about the Barrow,
yeah,
if you
exactly.
were
Yeah,
an old man sitting in a chair, like in the environment or whatever, and then you could just tell, literally have your whole story, you read it right there as the old man, and we just put it right onto the
it,
old man, and but you need
oh, and
an
then
iPhone or
put a soundtrack under it. Dude,
it'd be crazy.
I actually love that idea. And okay, here actually, let's think about this for a second. We we do get Matt, my brother, to read the Barrow because he was really good at the narration, but we make him like an old man with a giant beard and stuff in a like a really beautiful setting. He reads the entire story, and then the only thing you'd have to do is do different camera angles, different shots at various times to kind of keep the video interesting. But then you could just kind of hear the story and like that could be really cool actually.
So if we can get your brother to have a green background, nice and lit green background. He sits in a chair and just has an iPhone on a tripod and he records the everything, dude. Then I take that data and just I can put it onto a metahuman and all the camera angles doesn't matter anymore because I can go behind the metahuman at that point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, you know. So
No, no, I'm
as
saying
long
for the
as
render, like to keep it interesting, you'd have one shot from the front and then every now and again you'd go a shot from the side or something, like just to kind of keep it interesting. Kind of like they do when it's someone playing an instrument, like they'll go to a shot to their fingers or something, like instead of the full frame.
there's man, yeah. So another thing that Megalights allows for is now you can take video, put it into your scene, and have dynamic. Um, how can I explain this without sounding dumb? Basically, the glow from the TV screen, whatever video you're playing, will be shining on the materials in this new module of Unreal, and you could see the glowing of every single pixel from the video onto the environment around. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but it looks unbelievably amazing.
Wow.
I could pull up a demo. I don't know how bad it will look on Zoom, but um, it's
Yeah.
amazing. So like you could have like a guy sitting in a chair and behind him is just literally a screen of the different worlds that he's talking about glowing into a room, like into a
Yeah.
stationary room, and in the
Mhm.
background whatever's happening on the TV, like say it's going through like a little village, medieval village or something, on the TV behind the guy. That would just, the immersiveness would be incredible, almost a render in a
Oh, I
render.
see. I see. I see. Yeah.
But
Wow.
you know,
Yeah.
there's a million
It's an
ways you could
amazing.
go on that.
It's yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about the products that you can make in your bedroom nowadays compared to like 30 years ago where you the only like a Hollywood studio could do something like that and not
It,
even, it's wild.
it's just it's time and
Know
just
how, yeah.
getting angry at it, man, and just like I will get this to work, you know. But it's just getting easier and easier, just like music, man. Like the
Right.
tools available to the average person, you can do. For you know, just because a lot of musicians that uh, or composers, producers, people who make music, a lot of people are in the mindset of I need this to produce this. And if I could like jump into every one of those person's brains and just show them like, check it out. I just opened a free program called BandLab on a browser, right? And It's a full DAW. You can make it a full track. You can have effects. You can have everything. Everything is free, and I did it with all with my mouse. Um,
Yeah.
and then I think making a really beautiful piece like completely free, uh, is one of the most like inspiring things that you could put out to the people, just like people are doing with Unreal or like, I did this for
Yeah.
free, putting that out there, or because it like gives people the incentive to say, "Holy shit, I that person did that for free or used free libraries or something like that." Just gives them like I don't know. At least it does for me, man. When I see somebody
Mm.
make something that, like you said, usually would cost like $10 million, like to actually do it, but you're doing it for free because you're putting the time into it. Man, you couldn't do that back in the day. And
No.
it's just amazing that more people don't take advantage of the technology we have at hand right now. I
Mm-hmm.
I would assume more people would. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Interesting to see, man. Technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Shall we jump in?
Yeah, we should probably just start. Let's just let's get this show on the road here. Um, so let me set up a timer. I was gonna put some kind of message or something, but I guess we'll just have to. I'll just eye the chat to see if anyone's clipping us, calling us creepy.
It's not like it hasn't
Stream.
happened before. So,
Okay, so timer is right here. Oh, should we load up all our stuff first? I gotta put my movie into the
oh yeah, go ahead.
stuff and change my audio. Are you all ready to go?
I think I need to switch the audio over, but the movie's in already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zoom audio. Or oh, actually, wait. What am I doing? No, I want it to be
There
set
you
on that. So yeah, I'm good.
go. Okay. Putting 20 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Okay. So, Composer Dome, episode 10. We are composing a 20-minute session today. Let the games begin.
In
Uh,
3, 2, 1. Composer dome.
Composer Dome.
Man, even 20
It,
minutes goes by fast, doesn't it?
I looked at it and I looked at the clock at like for the first time at 15 minutes, or there was 15 minutes left, and I was like, whoa. I was like, where did that 5 minutes go, man? Like five
Oh yeah.
minutes was probably the 5 minutes was probably just getting scrolling through patches.
Oh yeah.
And then the 15 minutes
Easily.
was the actual composing.
Yeah, I did not prep patches beforehand, but I had an idea of what I wanted, I had an idea of the sound I was going for and the kind of textures I wanted. Um, and then, but I had an epiphany while I was watching the video because I was scrolling through the video and I was like, ah, I know what I'm gonna do. So that's kind of interesting. It's something I didn't plan at all, and it's just like spur of the moment type thing. So
Interesting, interesting. Would you like to share first, sir?
sure, all
All
right.
right.
Just get
So
the
many ways you can go with this one. Would have been nice to hear Barros's too.
yeah, 100%.
Where
Where
you
are
at,
you, man?
Barros? Where you at? What's your email?
We're gonna come. We're gonna find you.
Yeah, man, I'm flying to Brazil tomorrow, man.
Flying to Brazil. Do you see the deck
Seven
step?
tracks? Okay.
Yeah.
I had some
So,
effects, so I got 11 tracks on this thing.
whoa,
But
man.
but like three are just effects, you know.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let me do this thing real quick. Zoomy, zoomy. No crash.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call.
Ready?
I heard it. Yep. Yeah. Resolving on that was perfect, man. I was hoping for that. I was actually hoping that you're gonna resolve somewhere around there, but I didn't see it coming, which is cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see the
So
strings coming.
the idea is, the idea is, the first part of it seems like a horror movie almost. Like he's walking into certain death. You know, it's really dark and everything. It looks really foreboding. The music's super ominous. But then when he sees the Buddha, it's like peace and,
Hmm.
so
Yeah, kind of. I kind of did similar. You definitely. So let's see here. We got Sequus. Was that your first instrument that you chose to do something with? Because I did
no,
Sequus first.
no, actually, my first instrument was this
Farlight.
Farlight.
Huh.
I knew it wanted like a low choir sound, but I didn't want it to sound super like Tibetan monkey because I thought that would be monk-like because I thought that would be too on the nose, you know?
Oh, yeah, that did cross my mind to use some of those vocals that I forget what kind of vocals they are, but they're really low, kind of like
Yeah,
growling
like
almost
low
like
growl. Like, yeah, I guess it's
yeah,
not, I'm not sure even what it's called, but
with a lot
yeah.
of reverb. It can sound like Tibetan chanting, if done
Chanting, yeah,
right.
that's it, yeah. Um, and this is a Audio Imperia pad that just comes in slow. So these two layered is what gives the bulk of the.
So instrument five, does that is that a riser or is that like a
That's Sequus.
inst okay, so that's okay. So basically I
What's
started with that first. That's funny. Pretty much that
what's
same patch
rising?
too.
What's rising is this. This rises because it's one of those really long Audio Imperia pads. So
Oh,
as it
I
goes
see, I
on, it
see.
gets louder and louder. So it's like it's kind of cool with the video because it increases the tension of moving through the
Exactly,
tempo.
man.
Um,
At first, I thought you had used a Ryzen hit patch and just like bare
mm,
boned it down, and but then I realized how long it was, and I'm like, no, this isn't Ryzen hit. This would have been over by now. And I was like,
yeah.
it's a man. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of what it's called, but it's a term, and ATO has their own VST just dedicated to them. Basically, there's another technical name for risers, and it's an
Mm.
audio phenomena that happens where it sounds like the note is always getting higher
Oh
forever.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know you showed me that once.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
And so for a second, I thought it might have been with that instrument, but I'm like, I don't think he has that instrument. But yeah, that's a
No,
cool pick
yeah,
for
those
tension for sure.
cool. Thanks,
Almost sounds
man.
like guitar. Almost sounds like a guitar amp.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Feedback.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
some
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
feedback or something. And then the moment of peace when he sees the Buddha is sorry, untold strings, untold woodwinds, and augmented strings.
Oh, you used drifting winds.
Y- yeah,
That's funny. I think I
yeah,
actually have that in my track too.
yeah.
It
So
the only
strings, winds.
Can you solo just the drifting strings or winds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's almost like what I wanted to do in the very beginning when I was thinking during the week about it is I was gonna have a horn like a Viking horn come in right when like he
Mm-hmm.
looks up, and that kind of mimics the same timbre of that horn
Mm-hmm.
sound, but having it as a drone gives it that um
The
per
kind of monk sound, like almost like it's a chant or something, almost is what I was going for, but subtle. It's not like too.
present. It's very present. Like, it especially from the sound before it, it's like this is the moment you've been waiting for kind of sound. Like action is now. They use it in Vikings a lot. Like that
Mm.
timbre of stuff when a scene is about to happen, they'll just have a drone
Mm.
of just
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right, right.
but yeah, hell yeah, I'm digging it.
Cool, man. Thanks. Anything else? Yeah, I don't know. Like, as far as the scale, I just decided to go with a regular major scale, just a few notes, like very, very simple, but like very positive and peaceful. Peaceful is really the overall feeling I was going for as soon as he looks up.
Yeah, I basically yeah, it's it's funny that we did Sequus in that same. I think we used the same exact patch. I think the only
It's
difference is
be
I might have killed one of the bell noises.
so
And
I actually wanted it to have a metal percussion sound in it, almost like a triangle. Like I was
mm,
actually that's exactly what I was looking for. So I killed this instrument because it was just muddying up sound and I just didn't need it. But
Time for Weeping. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like the same patch. I just messed around with it a little bit. I might have. I don't know. We'll see. But
cool.
hell
All
yeah,
right, man.
man. I'm digging
Uh,
it.
That's it for me.
All right, Barros, you want to share? Oh, that's right.
That's right. You're off doing something not as cool, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're. He's probably doing some cool shit in Brazil. Okay, so I will share here.
He's writing music he's like conducting an entire choir or something. Well,
Exactly. Okay, so 11 tracks here. Like I said, it's as
oh,
you could
whoa.
tell.
You have much more of a lead than I did. I kind of went for a drone approach. So,
So yeah, I actually these two things, I'll actually just move up here. I'm not changing any of the track, but I did all this, and then in the last 3 minutes I did the melody because I was like, damn, there's like, there's not enough like I soloed just this, and it sounds fine. It sounds good. But I wanted to have some type of it wasn't it wasn't Asian enough, so I
Mm.
tossed a flute in there, and this is all in G sharp minor. Um,
Oh, good old faithful.
Good old faithful, no screwing around. I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't have to play games.
Yeah,
Uh,
that key is like a old pair of
oh,
jeans.
dude, I love it so much, and there's so many expressive ways to use G sharp minor. You can make that sound happy, you can make that sound sad, you can make
Mm.
that sound like any genre. It's so versatile.
You know, you learned it from me. I learned
Yes.
it from Bobby. So Bobby was playing it one day, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's a great key." And I like it uses a lot of the black keys. It's easy to remember, and like so. And that was God 20 years ago, probably. That
Dude, and the key that I think actually it's been a while, but I remember uh you instead of using you taught me also I think it's just a I think it's instead of hitting F or I'm sorry, instead of hitting E like in G sharp minor,
Mhm.
if you replace that white key and you start hitting F instead,
Mhm.
uh there it like it's almost like the same exact scale, but it changes something to make it sound a little more happy just by
Mhm.
changing that E to a F, and
Right.
you could it like completely transforms the track. But I like that scale too, so I'll switch between G sharp minor and that over and over.
Mhm.
Okay, let's just jump in here. Um,
Cool.
let's get this going. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Bam. So
Yeah.
same patch, man. That's funny as hell. That the Sequus
Bravo.
patch.
Bravo though. I think it's great. I love it. Um
Sweet.
yeah,
20
it the the melody that you chose is really good. Like it really
it's not even quantized. That this is so yeah.
it is good. It is good though because it's not it doesn't again like I think with a theme like this you could really sound cheesy by leaning too much into like the East Asian sound and you didn't do that, which I think is a good thing. So
Also I had a walk down here that was like just like super thing and I heard it and I just went "Whoop," and I just deleted this whole section to just have silence instead and it worked out way better. Oh, it
yeah, it's really well done. It's really well done.
yeah, I mean honestly, if I
The,
mute
o-
this, oh go ahead.
the only thing that's really different about well, there's two things that are really different about our approaches. One is that in mine, I did ambient for the beginning, you know. And then I had like a big mood change, like because of the scene.
Hmm.
And yours is much more cohesive, you
It
know,
just
and it
has
doesn't
more
have
notes though. I think it's pretty because if I just mute this, uh, ours are pretty similar, man. It's pretty funny. Uh,
Yeah, you're right.
you know what I mean? Like it's kind of
Yeah,
hilarious that we did choose the same sequence patch. And
yeah.
while I was on it, I'm like, I bet this is what he's using, dude. Like in the back of my head, I was like,
Well, it seems so appropriate. And when it's funny because when I was thinking about this before I even started, like I wasn't cycling through patches or anything, but I was thinking like, okay, what sound do I want? That's exactly what I was hearing. So it's like there's something about this scene where that kind of metallic percussion is just completely called for, and I'm not sure why.
and it's so weird, man, because I opened up sequence. I don't use sequence that much, but I opened it up and that was like the second patch I had clicked, and I was like, oh man, I heard the bells and I
Mhm.
was like, yes, it matches perfectly. So
It
it's
really
kind of
does.
it's that's interesting. Out of all the crap that we have, we had the same patch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do find that crazy. I mean, thousands of
Quant
instruments.
quantum entanglement.
Yeah, must be, must be.
And also like super tip of the hat to getting the sound effect at 22 or whatever because I was looking for something exactly like that. Like I was looking for effect to
Ah,
pop, and yours is really cool. It almost sounds like a sword being drawn. It's really, really cool.
uh,
So
I'll solo that. So we have Ashlight, and Ashlight sounds like this,
wow.
and then soloed with this guy here, and this sounds. All right, I'm gonna move this up because let me just move this out of the way. There we go. And then this is soloed.
Yeah. Wow, man, cool. Yeah,
And I
that's brilliant
think
to put those on top of one another. It sounds really cool. Play together.
both Ashlight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ashlight's amazing for sound effects.
Yeah, wow, that's really cool. Yep. Well done, man.
Ashlight is
Well,
the shit.
I wish we had other people voting, but I think you took the cake with this one. I think it's really good.
Well, we will never know, but we have done Composer
A
Dome
20
episode 10.
minute
Yes.
marathon
And
composer dome. So,
to be honest, uh I think 20 minutes, man, like at I felt like it felt pretty good. Like I mean, if I were to do this for a real thing, like this is the rest of my existence, you have to do Composer Dome only. Man, I would probably rather have 20 minutes over 10 minutes. But it's just not that feasible for like the stream because it's
sure.
too long of a gap and just not enough action happening, and people just don't want to sit around and watch
Yeah,
people
I
move around.
agree. 20 minutes was definitely gave you a little bit more cushion to, you
Listen
know,
to it like I could
to
listen
listen
to
to
the,
it
you know, like
and make better decisions so it doesn't sound so lousy and you know, because sometimes with the 10 minute, you're just hoping that you're gonna get lucky and hit a sound that you like, you know, that's gonna work. So,
uh, yeah, man, I really have thought about that a lot. And sometimes you hit it, you get that sound right off the bat, and you go, "Oh, I have 5 minutes left on the clock, and I'm done." Like
yeah, well, and
you're
then
all,
you can put some more time into mixing or something. Like you can adjust levels because like with mine, I definitely could have adjusted levels because I didn't adjust levels at all. I just like okay, that's good, moving on. Even with this 20 minute, I didn't have time to adjust levels.
did
So
you didn't put a master on it?
no,
Okay, I put a master on it, and then my entire mix sounded way different. And then I was like,
yeah,
"Oh," and I almost panicked, and then I like did a lot of like, you know,
I
loudness
never do
stuff.
the master. I just leave it like yeah, I just leave it as is. But you know, you could definitely mix volume levels and maybe do some light panning or something to make it sound better. Or there are a couple things that didn't have reverb on them, I think, that I could have put a slapped a reverb on, but I just didn't have time, even with 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Hell yes, man. I'm digging it. So should we put I think we should if you're down, we export our thing or something and put it on YouTube somewhere, or at least put it to video and then put it on the drive so it's like saved and, you know,
sure, I
archived
think we should
perhaps.
Yeah, I think we should post. Post yours probably.
Well, I mean, or even if you want to add something to it or whatever, like maybe or I could add stuff, or we could even make it better and then post each one. But I guess that wouldn't be really like what we made during the live stream, so I guess that'd be cheating.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could post yours with, made during a 20-minute live stream or something. Like I think that'd be a good idea. Just don't mess with it at all.
Hmm.
Post it on the YouTube channel.
A
It
really
it would
good.
be a shame not to post the video somewhere because it's really cool.
It would be a shame also that, man, I wish it, recording like watching somebody make the music to it would be a real good video. Like I wish I had recorded doing that and then have that be the video, because then it's
Well, I
you
don't know.
see what people are adding.
Is there some way that we could do something like that so that during the music session we're not staring at our mugs? Like,
So real quick, I just like to test something. If so, it says that we can share at the same time, and so uh,
yeah, let's try it.
can you try seeing what happens if you share? If you click
Yeah,
the share?
it's share sound as well, or I guess in this context I would not share sound.
I think we would want to both share. Oh, right. Well, one of
Well,
us
no,
would.
because then you would hear like, but
True,
we could
true,
at
true,
least have
true.
the images up of
Yeah,
the
let's try that.
DAW. Like, yeah,
Let's
okay,
see if that works.
okay. It says I'm sharing,
It says you're sharing. Okay, this is very interesting then. If it
but what does it look like for the viewer?
Okay, that's a good question. I will pull up. Wow, that's if we're really both. All right, let me pull
Yeah,
up the stream.
that would be a absolute game changer if we could both share, because then, yeah, we could definitely do 20-minute sessions then, because it,
Oh wow, we are way behind in the stream. So right now it's just, oh wow, the stream's so far behind that it's let me refresh to make sure. Yeah, you're still on your track, showing your track on the stream.
what? Really?
That's how delayed Zoom is, I guess.
Wow.
That's really bad though. I mean, that's like a minute delay, which is kind of insane. Usually Twitch would have like a 3 second delay. Maybe
Wow.
honestly, moving forward, we kill YouTube and go directly to Twitch without. Oh no, fuck. We need Zoom. I don't know. There's so many
Well,
little issues
what's the
there.
sharing? I wonder what the sharing look like. What do you see on your end? I mean, I just see my screen, of course.
Same. I see that I'm sharing, and I see the two, the miniaturized art video and me
So,
sharing.
so after this stream posts, we need to go back and look at it and see what it looked like for the stream, and then make
Right,
a.
right.
Okay.
So right now we are both sharing, right? We're both
Mhm.
sharing our screens. So exactly. Now we wait. Or we can just, end it, and then once it gets to that point, we will know. And if that is the case, damn, that is going to be cool to be able to potentially, like, we could play piano at the same time and it would trigger, like, you could, like, technically, like, you know
You mean we
potentially
could jam?
collaborate live, like jam live, potentially, if it worked.
The sound quality can't be. Well, it's not bad when we're sharing. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. But hell yeah, man. I guess we cut this one short because it was just a 20-minute special, right? And
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that works for me. Let's see what that dual sharing look like, and maybe next week we could pick up with that approach. And yeah,
hell yes, I am down. So Composer Dome episode 11, back to normal format. And I'm gonna make it my mission this week to get at least one more composer on camera in our meeting Saturday. I'm gonna go on music live streams, and I'm gonna be a little advertising bastard, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, you want to compose live? Join us!" Da, 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 da. And I'm gonna at least
Cool.
talk to like 10 of them and see if I can get anywhere. So that'll be my
Yeah.
mission this week.
Awesome. That
And we'll
sounds good,
see
man.
where it
And
goes.
to be honest, if you wanted to render another little thing, like not even like I'd
My,
be cool with that too. I think it's a cool approach, and I think we could even transition to doing that instead or something, if
it's true. It's
depending. But
better quality too.
yeah,
Uh, you know what? I will actually I will try to make an outside Cambodian temple ruin render. So we have the inside today. And so next week we'll have a shorter video, maybe 30 seconds or so. And then do that and then potentially do another random pixel video or something.
yeah, okay, cool, man. Sounds good to me.
Hell yeah, man. All right. To the future, sir. And that was a good stream. Good short
Absolutely.
one.
Take care.